Hello, in this week's issue of Grazia, in the beauty pages, we've got an awesome feature about lashes and the new look for this season. In the past few months, it's very much been about the eyebrows, the brows, the big kind of bold Cara look. But the focus this season is very much on the 60s doll eye effect, which is a very kind of high impact look. And we've got makeup artist Olivia with us here today to show us how to get the look. So what do you think of the look, Olivia? Do you like it?
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a really good look, especially even if you want like impact straight away. If you want to sort of go out and stand out, it's really, really good. I think it can be tricky for some people to do because I've got a lot of friends that sort of don't know whether to put liner on first or how to apply lashes and quite what to do. So I think, yeah, I think once you know, it can be easier, but I think it's something that takes a bit of practice.
Amazing. Well, if you don't mind, I'd love you to put some lashes on me.
Sure.
Just to kind of how to get the look, really.
The first thing I do before starting any of the look is put a bit of the duo adhesive just on like a surface on a piece of the eyelash case, just because this way it gets really tacky, so when you apply your lash it's already a bit tacky and it won't slide off. I'm going to start with eyeliner. And if I get you to look down for me, and then when you apply this, it's best to go really close to the lashes. Just open for me. You have to sort of look at the shape of your eye to follow it, because otherwise you could end up making your eyes a bit smaller or end up sort of closing them up a bit rather than opening them out. And even though this look has a lot of eyeliner on it, you really want it to make your eyes sort of wider and more attractive rather than, say, closing them in and really shutting them off.
So, Liv, when you're doing this, would you recommend using a kind of felt tip liner as opposed to, say, a pencil?
Definitely something liquid, whether or not it's a gel with a brush, or these pens are perfect. These are great if you're doing it on yourself, because you can put them in your handbag and top up throughout the night without having a brush or like anything else. They're just there ready. So they're really convenient, and if you find a good one, like this one's really good, they're really easy to apply, and if you're just using it on yourself, you don't need to wash it or anything. To get the second eye, I'm just gonna reposition myself, and if I get you to look down for me. Okay, so there I started by putting the eyeliner base on. That is nice and thick and black, so when we apply the lashes, we can, we have a strong base, we can apply them, and then afterwards, if we need to go over it again, it gives us a really good opportunity to go over our liner again to cover up any of the glue that might be showing on the lashes.
And would you apply mascara before or after as well? Or both, or?
I would actually apply mascara before. You've got a bit of mascara now, but if we're applying really big lashes, I would definitely say popping a bit more on. I always find if you're applying mascara, it's best to do your bottom lashes first, because obviously you look up when you put your mascara on your bottom lashes and you don't want to get the little dots from the top lash mascara going onto your brow bone. If I get you to look up for me, I think the best way, I always use the end of my brush and go along the lash on the bottom ones to really separate them. So it's quite good. That way, this really helps with creating this sort of doll effect, because it separates the lashes, makes them look quite strong.
So, Olivia, what's your favourite mascara to wear, say, during the day? Like, do you have a different one for day and night, or?
I have different colours. I find for daytime on my bottom lashes, because they're quite long, I use a brown one, because it still gives them a bit of colour and depth, but it's not too much on the bottom ones. For evening I like Dior, it's quite thick, but it is quite a thick, bold one, but one that I'm really loving at the moment is actually a Maybelline one.
Rocket Lash?
It's like that one, I've tried the Rocket Lash. I think mine was the Colossal Express.
Is it like brush like that, or is it kind of one of those fibre ones?
I think it's more a fibre one, it's
good.
a bit thinner. But I love it, it's actually really good. I was using, if I get you to look up something again, I was using Chanel a lot before and actually found out the Maybelline one was just as good as Chanel,
really?
But it didn't dry out as fast. If you have sort of fairer lashes, it's really important to go into the roots of your mascara, because when you apply your lashes, you then won't have like almost like divide, it all blend in rather than having sort of a sort of showing of lighter lashes and then dark lashes. So it really just sort of helps disguise them. So when we have blotches, I mean, everybody sort of gets a bit of blotching of mascara under the eye. It's good just to take it off. I normally wait a bit for it to dry because otherwise if the blotches are still wet and you wipe them, you're just gonna get a smudge. So if you just look up for me.
And Olivia, say if I was putting these on, if I was doing this look at home, would you do this after your foundation, your bronzer, or would you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You do it all at the end?
Unless it's something like a smoky eye and you're using a lot of eyeshadow product on it, then sometimes it's best to do it before your foundation, because if you've got any droppage of shadow, you can just wipe it all off with a wipe and then start your base.
But you say this is, you think this is better to do already with your face on?
Yeah, definitely. Unless you want to do it dark. I mean, I still say foundation's sort of best. It depends, I guess, how well you are at applying your eyeshadow. But I definitely think it's best to do after, because otherwise, once you've got your sharp flick, if you're then applying sort of foundation on your face, it's quite easy to sort of lose the sharpness of your look. With the lashes, we've already trimmed them. It's really good. I mean, they normally come a bit longer. It's really good to put them up against your eye and see if they need a bit of trimming, because if they're going to come out too far, it's not going to look natural at all. We've trimmed these ones with scissors and kept the ends. You can keep the ends and reuse them just as corner lashes sometimes. What I've done is I've applied the glue on here for a bit to let it dry a bit. That way it's slightly tackier. And I'm just going to get the glue on the back of my brush and apply it to the lash. And I find it's really good to apply it to the corners, because those are the bits that people find
that kind of like fly away almost.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've got it to those corners, hopefully they shall stay stuck for the whole evening or however long you want to wear them for. Then once I've done that, I'm gonna let that go there, and then I'm gonna get the other one and do the same thing. That way that one should be slightly drier, because if it's tacky, it's going to stick straight away, rather than, I used to do this when I first tried them, it'd slide all over the place, you know, if you put the glue on straight away. And
so
you get
like this will almost dry a bit, so it's kind of ready to cement.
Yeah, exactly. So when you put it on, it stays on, rather than it slides all over the place and you sort of have to hold it to keep it on.
So you think this duo adhesive is better than the ones they give you sometimes in the packet?
Yeah, I do actually. I mean, it depends what brand they are. I know some of them actually have the same stuff as Duo, or so I've been told, in the packets. But I mean, if you buy this, it lasts for ages, and I know it works. And I think with lashes, the last thing you want is them falling off on your night out. And then sometimes it's good to get tweezers at the ready, because they're really good just for pushing it down onto the lash. And what I'm going to do is actually best if I get you to look down for this, because if you close, whenever everybody closes their eyes, the eye sort of scrunches up a bit. And that way, if you've stuck onto the scrunched up eye, it's not going to feel comfortable. So if you look down, your eye is still sort of quite an even sort of canvas to put the lash on, and that way it's going to feel more comfortable and sort of fit naturally into place. And you've always got to check for your lashes where the smaller end is, because where they're shorter, that's where you should be putting them on the inner part of your eye when your lashes are shorter. Otherwise, you're going to have very strange lashes. So if I get you to look down, this way you can use tweezers or the back of a brush just to push it really onto the eye. So with this one again, just see which side the smaller side is. And then if you look down for me, I can pop that on. The glue is pretty much so dried now, but there's just a tiny bit by the lashes, which is good to just go over with the pen. So if you close me again, and just on top of the lashes there to blend it in, and on top of the glue, I'm just covering that with the liner, And that way it will blend it all together and completely disguise any glue that's left. So here's our completed look. Would you like to see it?
Yes, please.
If you take a look there, it's not
Wow,
very dark.
It is very dark.
Sleek. I think sleek's probably the word I would use.
So I think the key,
this.
the key I think really is to covering up any kind of trace of the lash.
Yeah, definitely.
Because every time I've applied them, I feel they look fake because they're not blended well. So there you have it. There's the finished look. There's my doll-eyed effect. Thank you very much, Olivia, for coming in to help us out, showing us all these top tips. So don't forget to get your hands on the new issue of Grazia out this week, and don't forget to subscribe to FASHTAG too.